Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Skeptalk Live, episode number 32. Everything should be going. Yep, sounds like it is. I can hear myself on my girlfriend's phone.
What up?
All right.
My mic is still freaking out.
Doing something weird to my camera.
Yeah, dude. Was it your camera's not? Is it because it's not?
Christ, West.
Well, yeah, I just
You
said
look
centered,
like-
and it's all like, I don't.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the ghost of Wes.
Right. Let me try turning off my camera and coming back.
Now Jason's doing all flippy. I think it's Discord, man.
Am I?
I think it's
It's gotta be
Discord.
Discord.
Yeah.
I don't see it doing it to me.
Yeah, well, let me know, but it did it to you a second ago, right after Wes turned his camera
yeah.
off, right?
Oh.
So I think it's Discord. Okay, give me just a second. I think I can fix this by
I'm so flippy floppy.
killing Discord. I'll be right back. Now it's just you guys and me. You're at my whim. But I'll open it back up, and get back into the call here in just a second. We've got a really nice show lined up for everybody today. All right, now we've only got 3 people. Jason left
Jason
a call.
was restarting Discord as well.
That doesn't make any sense.
You don't know him. You don't know him.
All right, now it definitely did the thing where it rearranged all the cameras, so give me just a second. But no, it's still got you flipping out. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
flip it out. Shit.
dude,
I'll join out. Jump out and join back in.
all right.
For sure.
So wiggity, I don't know what's going on. But your guys' cameras are going to go real wonky here for a second. So we'll, yeah. Pants404 says great start. That's right. Got some
Love that
updates for everybody as we wait for Wes to come back in. So, tomorrow I should be getting a shipment in that is going to remove the big weird problem that I'm having with my camera being retarded.
Yeah.
I got a Logitech C922 coming in. Should be able to
Nice.
correct a lot of the issues there. Stream label Extreme Camera 2 should definitely not be Wes anymore. It should be Shane. Now you're just normal upside down. It's still doing it, dude. We're just gonna have to deal with it. It's gonna be fine, right? This will be the flippy Wes
You're the
episode,
glitch in
dude.
the Matrix.
Yeah,
Hope
dude.
you don't have Apple TV, anyone.
If you do, your fault. Your fault.
But you know what? This is fine. We're gonna do it because this episode real important, right? So,
It is.
let's get started. We've got 17 people watching, and they're gonna be in. They need some news, dude. So,
What's up, y'alls?
Welcome.
let's.
Hey, good news. We are not suspended right now.
Correct. We are currently not suspended, and that is a very good thing. Uh,
Yeah.
to get started. Oh wait, just a sec. Before we do this, Sheena, how you doing today?
I'm doing okay.
I don't think I'm on the thing yet.
Yeah. Well, okay. Hold on. Oh, I'm not even sharing anymore. Hold on. I think,
Yeah, give me just a second. Anyway, I need to grab something I just dropped.
that's ridiculous. Out of here already.
We are crushing it.
Yeah, dude. Today's episode is getting off to a good start. Why is Jason not showing? That is an interesting. I'm gonna go find his camera, which should be camera 3, and yeah, no, that's camera. Hold on. Oh, I know why. Nope. Play capture. Nope. Working. Is there a window capture over the top of it? What is going on here? Camera 2. Yeah, camera 2 is working fine.
Hey, it wouldn't be a Twitch stream if there wasn't technical difficulties.
Right. My camera's working. Camera 3 is working. Camera 2 is working. Did camera 4 just get deleted? Neat. All right. Let me just fix that real quick. OBS is doing all of the greatest things here. So, display capture, pop, window capture, Bam. We're going to find Discord call, change it to match title, otherwise of the same executable. Pop. We're just going to grab Jason, make him smaller. You guys are seeing the shit I deal with constantly. These cameras just go away, like, on the weekly. We drop him under the overlay. Everything should be fine. Yeah. Jason, you exist now. All right.
I do, and I can see too.
How is Jason's day going?
Fucking fantastic. Got affiliate finally here
Yep.
on Twitch. 102 subscribers, so I beat 100 last
Nice.
night.
Fantastic.
Aced a fucking exam. Almost aced a midterm, and chilling with some of my favorite people. It's fucking awesome.
The Illuminati, always the best people.
True that. How's Udo?
I'm doing fucking fantastic. I'm so stoked for everything coming in the mail. I've got a green screen coming and some professional lighting setups going on. I'm going to be doing a whole bunch more different things. I'm going to start releasing a couple of Skeptalk, like just me doing news on YouTube. Gonna get into some other stuff. I think it would be a great day. Ghost of West, how you doing? Dragon Daughter, cheered 5.
Nice. There he is.
Wes, how you doing, man?
Doing great. Just had to make sure the kiddo is squared away.
Oh,
And, yeah, doing good.
Fatherly duties, always important. But let's get into the news because we've got a fuck ton to cover today. We've got an entire week's worth of news lined up for everybody today.
Woo.
So, taking a look, this is a fair use program here. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be critiquing a certain set of news stories and maybe watching a couple of videos and providing our critique on top of them. So when you decide that you want to try and copyright strike this because you think you own the news, that's not quite how that works. So take a look into fair use before you hit that copyright claim button. Apocalypse Diva, thank you very much for the welcome back. Very excited to be here. On that news, internet streaming giant Twitch suspended a small news channel Tuesday for discussing South Korean Haeju-ding Park, a fertility shrine that is in the news recently due to the Winter Olympics being held nearby. The park features hundreds of phallic-shaped statues, and Twitch decided that cultural artwork counts as nudity or sexual behavior/attire, bestowing a 24-hour suspension on a news channel. Twitch has yet to respond to our request for a statement on the matter. So,
Can we get a picture of the artwork?
No, that's what got us last time. That's exactly what happened. I had pictures of the artwork up on screen, and we got suspended for a whole day because of a carved wiener. Although it's not the first time. I think I want
to put it as my background on Twitch.
Right? It's not the
Just
first time
like,
we have showed a carved wiener on this program.
Yeah, it's the first time an SJW was watching our show, though.
I don't think that we're going to. We should definitely not be calling anybody out for who did it. It could have been a bot,
True.
Right? There could have been a content bot that was checking our channel at that time, and it flagged us for wiener, right? So
way to be neutral, Udo. Way to be neutral.
Way to follow the brand new Twitch TOS about not talking shit about anyone else on Twitch. So
there might be
Nailed
something
it.
to that, considering.
Yeah, right. But that's just, I thought it would be fun to cover what happened to us as a news story. So, right. Starting off with our actual stories today, right? A gangster accused of swallowing drugs goes 3 weeks without a bowel movement as police tweet #PooWatch.
What the?
Nice.
That's wonderful.
Police.
Were they sex drugs?
I mean, they might as well be, right?
Yeah.
Well, now
There
they
were
are.
a shitload of anti-diarrhea medication.
So, Police
Get it? Shit.
Right, exactly. Police launched the jokey hashtag after detainee refused to pass a bowel movement for 21 days. The gangster has gone 3 weeks without a bowel movement in an attempt to stop police from finding the drugs that he swallowed. He was arrested in Harlow, Essex on January 17th and is charged with 2 counts of possessing Class A drugs with intent to supply. So this guy is sitting in jail right now holding in a shit. Because I checked into it. It's been 2 days since I originally looked at this. He has not still performed a bowel movement. Or the officers who are
without,
right?
without proof.
So there was a thing
He's
here.
like trying to hit that 31 day. He's like, oh!
Right, exactly. I just got to make it to the thing, right?
Jiminy Christmas, man.
There was a thing.
Hold on a moment.
You'll be expected, or if you're arrested and suspected of having drugs inside of you, we can keep you in custody until you produce them. Specifically, is what it says.
Damn.
Morris Minor says,
Stay
crazy.
strong.
They will be. They will
That's
come
so
out in
fucked.
the end.
Sure.
What is the record? I don't know what the record is. I'm assuming it's getting likely near 25 days, right? Like,
It can't be good for you, right?
No, I'm pretty sure that you can die of like septic explosion.
I wonder if, like, he's in a room without a toilet, so they're like, nope, in the bucket, buddy. Nice try.
Yeah,
'Cause
exactly.
otherwise, just go and keep flushing while.
I was gonna say,
no!
do you think they have a special room that they put them in where the toilet just doesn't actually flush it away, but puts it in a storage thing?
Yeah, that's.
There's one other way I can think of he's getting around this, right? One other way. The old recycle trick.
He's eating poop.
It's very possible. Right? So he just craps his pants, gets the drugs, and then eats them again. Right?
Ugh.
It's amazing.
That's the only thing I can think of. Every time a cop or one of the guards turns his head, right? Guard's like,
Yeah.
poop, eat, right? Because we saw that guy who was managed to, while someone was watching, slip drugs into his own butt. Criminals have probably got some of this ready to go, right?
Yeah.
Taint slap made the face that we're all thinking. But all right, so story number 3 is the opposite end of this spectrum.
Someone can't stop pooping.
Right. So a man was taken to the hospital when he noticed a ball-sized lump had fallen out of his backside in the middle of the night.
What the? What?
Oh my god.
Fallen
Why?
out of his
Why?
backside.
Please.
Ugh.
Third
That
story
sounds
in, and we're already
absolutely
into
terrible.
colon explosion, right? So a man was rushed to the hospital after his rectum fell out of place because he had sat on a toilet for 30 minutes playing a video game.
What the fuck? No, that's not why that happened. That is not normal. And I swear to fucking God, if it actually only takes 30 minutes for your colon to fall out of place while you're shitting, we're all fucked.
We know about Wes's image. Unfortunately, we are unable to correct it. We've tried a few things, and this is just the Wes flipping out. Twisty says, "Damn it, Udo, I just want to eat my chips." Doctors diagnosed the man with rectal prolapse, which is when the rectum loses its attachment to the body. It was still attached to his rear, and medics say they believed the condition could have happened when he sat on the toilet for half an hour. The man from southeast China was treated by Dr. Su Dan at the 6th affiliated hospital at Sun Yat-sen University. It emerged that the man, who has not been named, has suffered from rectal prolapse since he was just 4. Okay. So this is a condition this guy had, right?
This wasn't like just he's sitting there. Surprise. Bunch of poop.
Okay. Yeah. This is way more.
Right, exactly. She described his condition as severe. The man had a CT scan, which was...
Yeah. His fucking asshole fell out.
Exactly.
I think he might be just a tad on the serious side.
Yeah, exactly.
The man had been trying to defecate when the
deadlift like 10,000 pounds.
Right.
Not when you're fucking playing Pokemon Go on the shitter.
Exactly.
Right.
Oh no, not again.
Not when you're buying more fucking Farmville coins.
Right. The man had been trying to defecate when the prolapse occurred, and Dr. Sue believes the length of time he had spent on the toilet weakened his pelvic muscles. He had to undergo surgery to remove the lump and is now recovering in the hospital.
What the fuck? Dear God, man.
It was so bad they removed his butt.
30 minutes is too long, and it weakened his pelvic muscles.
Yep. The next time
Jesus.
you're sitting there bored reading the back of the shampoo bottle, think about that.
You're like,
yeah, right.
Little alarm goes off in the back of your head. You're like, Kegels, male Kegels.
You know that wiring that they put up to keep like landslides from falling down and shit? I mean, like they should just put this over this guy's asshole.
Resin suspects that the man may have been there for longer than 30 minutes.
Yeah. Maybe.
Well, I mean, when I go,
maybe that wasn't the first time he was having some issues.
Right.
He was on to the third purse plus.
Dr.
Right.
Just...
All right, so charges have been dropped for a Charleston woman who, in a T-Rex costume, scared carriaged horses and injured 2 people.
Good. Those horses are pussies. That's amazing.
Prosecutors have dropped the charges against the woman accused of dressing up as a dinosaur and scaring 2 carriage horses in Charleston, leading to the carriage driver being injured. Oh, I guess it's just 1 person and 2 horses. So,
horses.
Charleston City prosecutors on Wednesday dropped the charges of disorderly conduct and wearing a mask on a public street. Because of the incident,
place.
Right? Wild Gunner asked if we're talking about a visit to a Taco Bell. It's very possible, right?
Yeah.
When your butthole falls out, that could be a Taco Bell related incident.
Right. It's like Chipotle or Taco Bell. It's
right.
One of the 2.
Wells surrendered to the police and was arrested the following day after the incident occurred. The carriage operator fell out of the carriage when the horses reportedly lurched backwards out of fright. One of the carriage's wheels broke the driver's right foot. Several witnesses, including passengers, told ABC News that that they never heard the person in the costume growl or anything, and the events unfolded appear to have been a freak accident.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
So she's just in those T-Rex outfits, just sprinting by, not making a noise. Like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
It's a predator. It's an apex predator.
Exactly. Ancient instincts to take over. Yeah, Wes's cam is going absolutely nuts, and I think it's the connection to Discord being crazed. So I'm not exactly sure what's happening. We've tried restarting Discord on both sides, and it seems to be having a problem. If it gets too bad, we definitely could just do an image of Wes. I believe that the pizza guy is here, so just let you guys know that's why there's a dog emergency in the background.
Gotcha.
All right, so I think it was just happenstance. I think that the person in the dinosaur costume was going somewhere and the horses were coming down the road at the same time. Prosecutors did not explain their decision to drop the case. But so that's it, right?
Yeah.
Bloody B, welcome.
End story.
Right. I want one of these costumes pretty bad, though.
Dude, it'd be so fun.
The best part about it is that it's all put together with a fan, so it'd be like constantly hanging out in air conditioning.
Dude, I want to get like a group of us
right?
Have these and just have one person with like a recorder just follow us around.
We could do Skeptalk live and go do that and interview people.
We should interview horses.
That would be amazing.
Yes. Strictly horse interviews while in T-Rex costumes.
Right?
Just stay out of Washington State, because you might run into more than you bargained for.
Right.
It's just constant horses.
Picture.
Yeah, he's instead of flipping out, we've just got,
I don't want to draw attention away from that.
Right.
From the content.
So we've got a video here. So this is Chinese man falls out, or his rectum falls out. I don't remember getting this video. Hold on. Oh yeah, I totally did.
Show this?
Yeah, this is totally fine. They blurred everything out. So there's a thing in here that I wanted to show you guys. This is skipping a story back.
Even if it's blurred, I don't want to see that.
Well, no, so the picture
This is an asshole in Chinese.
This is an X-ray of a butthole that has fallen out.
That's not fallen, that's exploding.
Yeah.
To be fair, I've never seen an X-ray of a regular butthole.
Yeah. Anyway, I wanted everybody to see that. That's why I got that video. I put this together.
That's what that lady who ate all those fucking fiery Cheetos asshole looks like.
Chef Venturi 23. Hey, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the Illuminati. All right. So interaction news. I got one of those interactive stories for you guys right now. Gonna get your guys' take on what's going on. More than 1,100 entries were just added to the Oxford English Dictionary in its 2017, early 2018 update. Right?
That's a record for those those guys. They're so fucking slow.
Right. Huge amount, right?
It's so annoying.
I
realize I shouldn't yell at them in case they have a Twitch channel. And they just debate whether, I was gonna say, whether the debate yeet or should be added.
So,
did yeet get added?
Which one?
Good old Firenado.
Right. There are these are four different lists of 3 random words that could have been added. 3 of these words were added. Every other one of these words were not. So.
Mansplain, hangry, and swag.
Okay. Jason says number 3.
My vote.
So it has to be 1, 2, or 3, or is it a word from each?
It's 1, 2, 3, or 4. One of
Okay.
those is a list of words that were added. Twisty Top Hatter says number 1 was added. Let me read off the words for everybody here real quick, just in case anybody's listening and not reading. The words were choice number 1, agender, bike tender, and typogram. Number 2 is yeet, firenado, and hyperloop. 3 is mansplain, hangry, and swag. 4 is egregore, champing, and acronym. Or anacronym. Not acronym, but anacronym. It's important.
What's an acronym?
I don't.
Anachronation.
It's.
I don't know, which means that's probably the real one.
Right?
What is a Quizlix? One
All
of
right.
a group of Quizzles.
Exactly. We've got Taintslap saying 1 or 4, Resin saying 3, Wild Gunner saying 1, Chef Venturi saying 3, Twisty saying 4.
I just really
I'm
want
wondering-
Firenado to be real.
I'm thinking it's 2 or 3.
Okay. And Curry Sauce X says 3. The real answer is 3. Mansplain, hangry, and swag.
It's almost too
Knew
obvious.
it.
Fuck, we're ruined.
Hangry is an
We're ruined.
hangry is an adjective described in the dictionary as bad-tempered or irritable as a result of hunger. Mansplain is when a man explains needlessly, overbearingly, or condescendingly. And swag is bold self-assurance in style or manner.
No, it's
Mansplain
an
is
acronym
sexist.
for stuff we all get. You fucking ass clowns. Put ass clown in the fucking thing under Webster's dictionary or fucking Oxford. Bunch of dick nuggets. I
Yeah,
hate people.
stop mansplaining this fucking definitions.
Right?
Oh my god, Taint, where did you get that fucking blue-haired lady?
Right.
It's Hot
That's just one
Pocket.
of the,
Amazing.
the regular Twitch ones, I'm
Oh
pretty
wow.
sure.
Okay. But yeah, so agender, bike tender, typogram, yeet, firenado, hyperloop, egregore, champing, and anacronym are all not in the dictionary. Every single one of them.
Yet, apparently.
Chef Venturi says someone try to use all those words in one sentence. Okay. Someone was watching is the name of this next story. Professor tells a student that Australia isn't a real country and gives her a failing grade.
Nailed it.
Yeah, I saw this.
They were watching our show, dude.
We've done it.
Two
we've
guesses
learned-
what kind of a freaking professor or teacher, whatever the hell.
Did you guys
arts.
read? Did you read the email?
Yeah, it's something. It's
days
like
I had?
sociology,
Yeah.
or he's an
Yeah.
something like that.
Ashley
Yeah,
Arnold.
actually, my comment when I read this article, which was like a week ago,
Mhm.
I was like, God, what was it? It was like, sorry, you lost me at online sociology degree.
They do not know DeVry, guys. They don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, this has got to be at DeVry. The professor doesn't even know that Australia is a country and a fucking continent.
No, that's like the University of Massachusetts online university college. That's like when you have to assure yourself 4 times in your name that you're an actual university. I don't think it's meant to be.
Ashley Arnold was pursuing an online sociology degree at Southern New Hampshire University for one of her classes, which costs about $1,000. She was assigned to write a paper comparing the social norm in the U.S. and another country. Arnold chose Australia, and she wrote the paper and turned it in. Her professor, who has a PhD in philosophy, gave her an F. The reason? Australia is a continent, not a country.
God.
Okay, I learned this in middle school. It's the only continent that's also a country, you shitbird. Yeah. Middle school. Goddamn middle school.
I'd say she's got a pretty solid argument that it's not a country because it doesn't exist.
Right? I mean, all you have to do is just follow.
Basis.
All you have to do is just watch our show and then believe every piece of bullshit that I provide.
You could have easily written about the Chupacabra or the conspiracy on fucking Sesame
Yeah.
Street. No, she has to pick the only one that doesn't exist.
Right.
Right.
uh,
And if you look at my previous essay on Finland, nope, you're fucking done.
get her out of my class. All right. So the professor sent her a scolding reply. I will gladly re-examine your week 2 milestone project report, but before I do, I want you to understand that any error in a project can invalidate the entire research project. Research is like dominoes, and if you accidentally knock over one piece, the entire set will also fall. Unless all of them are, like, you're playing dominoes, right?
Yeah.
Very different. It's like Chinese checkers, you see. You knock one over. If you flip the board one time, you'll never find all of them.
TKLM and welcome to the stream. That error that made it nearly impossible for you to accurately complete your week 2 research outline correctly. As I mentioned above, I will look into your paper once again and see if you earned any more credits than I gave you. Arnold followed up with another email, this time linking to About Australia, the Australian government's official website. Australia is both a country and a continent. It's the only country that is both. I provided a resource in the first email that clarifies that for you. If you need further clarification, Google the SNHU Shapiro Library. Google or the SNHU Shapiro Library has information for you. Again, I mean no disrespect, but my grade is affected, and your assumption that Australia is not a country is really important. Thank you.
Mic drop.
Right, exactly.
Right. I mean, no disrespect, by the way, this is going directly to Reddit.
Exactly.
So I might not mean it, but everybody else will.
The professor replied one more time, "Thank you for this web address. After I do some independent research on the continent/country issue, I will review your paper." Without apology, the professor changed the grade to a B+, but warned that if she turned in her final assignment, to please make sure that the dates, facts, and information you provide in your report is about Australia the country and not about Australia the continent. Piece of shit.
This fuck. Everything about him makes me furious.
Wild Gunner, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the Illuminati.
Just had to be a cunt.
Right, just had to be a dick. Could not accept the fact that they were wrong. Right,
wrong as fuck.
I would respect the hell out of a professor. Like if they pulled that on me the first time and they were just all like, "I'm so sorry, I had that just whacked out in my brain," I would be all like, "Oh, he's a human who makes mistakes," right? But when they come back like that, I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna find every way to fuck with you so bad."
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna write a paper that specifically you will mark wrong so that I can take it to a dean to fuck with you.
Yeah, exactly. I would do exactly what this
on
lady
this online college and get you.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna write a really bad review on Yelp about your website.
You crazy bastards.
There's like a teacher Yelp. Have you guys ever used the teacher Yelp?
What's that?
Have you guys ever used the teacher Yelp? Rate my professor?
Yes.
Oh yeah, rate my professor.
Oh,
Hot
yeah.
or not? Is that what you mean? Hot or not?
I research every teacher before I take a class. If there's anybody that's leaving comments, I want to know.
Enid says,
I try to do that, but as a senior, I don't get that chance.
Right.
Yeah.
I just have to take it.
Enid said, as soon as I had a document with the professor saying Australia was not a country, I would have gone straight to the dean. Yeah, I mean, fair enough, right? You're like, this guy is in charge of my future, right?
Yeah, I would have straight up been like, I want my fucking money back.
Right.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are you hiring to provide a service?
Exactly.
You are not only fucking losing me as the client, I want a refund.
Right. Someone who could not compete on Smarter Than a Fifth Grader should not be teaching.
Yeah, and
right?
lose.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, horribly.
First question, third grade geography.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
What is the only continent that's also a country? China.
So,
What?
I've got a...
I don't think you should be using that so strongly as evidence, Wes. I don't think everything we learned in middle school was true.
I mean, that's fair, but
Yeah.
this is like
One
basic
thing
ass
was.
shit.
Right.
And this is one of those things that
Specifically,
I know, but you're holding on to that. We learned it in middle school. Like, that means that it's true. And I'm just saying.
Right.
I mean, most
So-
of the shit you learned in middle school is true, though.
So,
You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Algebra didn't change.
history and...
That's math. Algebra
right.
Yeah,
hasn't
but
changed in
fucking
75.
Australia is a goddamn continent. That didn't change.
Geography...
Well, now it's called Africa too.
Specific content, Jason. I was just saying in general.
Okay.
Geography is
That's
one of
fair.
those type of situations that you can't change without everyone else knowing, right?
yeah.
So,
yeah.
like what Little
Punch a
Labby's
globe
mentioning right
into it.
here,
That's
Christopher
actually-
Columbus being a
Yeah,
really nice
right?
guy. History is definitely something that changes, right? When we figure things
Yeah,
out,
yeah.
or
Anything
we stop.
social sciencey, that changes
But-
depending on bias and
Yeah,
opinion
totally.
and culture and
But yeah,
But
math
geography
and
is set in
geography
stone,
don't
like
change
math.
too easily without
Yeah.
everyone knowing about it,
you
exactly.
well, true.
right?
Right now, question for everyone.
Yeah.
Currently, is Pluto a planet? I don't remember
No.
which thing
No.
I-
Currently,
I-
It
no.
is still.
No.
An astral body.
It came back for like a minute, right? It Brett Favre. It's like I'm not retiring.
No.
yet.
No, there was a
No,
there was
no,
a
no. Neil
resurgent
deGrasse
group
Tyson
that tried.
apology.
Right.
There was an episode of Rick and Morty.
There's literally a
Pluto is
planet on Jupiter.
Stick with
Or
that.
there's a moon of Jupiter that's about the size of Pluto.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And so that's considered a dwarf planet, and they can't consider Pluto anything other than a dwarf planet, right?
Yeah, because then otherwise there would be
the size of a moon.
There's 14 other objects in the solar system that would have to be classified as planets if Pluto was, because of there are asteroids the size of Pluto. So
it's just easier for them to dismiss one than bring on 14 others.
No, it's actually just following basic methodology. So like essentially they're finally doing what they should have been doing since this methodology came out in like the 20s. Right? Like it's just that late because people were so attached to like calling Pluto a planet.
Right.
Well, yeah, nobody's going to relook into something we've already classified until something comes up in order,
other than scientists.
Morris,
I
think
grandfather in shit all the time. Why can't we grandfather in Pluto, the dwarf planet, into the goddamn solar? There's 9. Not this 8 bullshit's stupid.
Morris, I believe that was actually a typo. She was referencing the hollow Earths, not hollow.
Oh yeah, that was a typo.
Yep. Hollow Earth is. I think we covered that one. It's amazing. Yeah.
Oh man, I want to see this one. Yeah. Google that. What's that going to be about?
Yeah, we'll find out.
It's going to be a weird type of pornography, I'm sure.
Moving on. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys have seen this, but this is actually one of the first things in advertising in quite a few years that I was legitimately excited to be served to me. So
okay.
Old Spice.
I know, that's really weird.
Yeah, Old Spice has started a new advertising campaign, and do you know what they did?
No.
They released TKLM. Thank you very much for the subscription. Welcome to the inner circle. All right.
Thanks, TK.
Let's get some eyes thrown up there. Boop, boop, boop. All right. So they released a Dungeons and Dragons class. Class to play in Dungeons and Dragons, themed around Old Spice and being a gentleman or gentle lady.
Game on.
It's super well written.
This is funny.
It's highly entertaining, right? Like what they did here was super like clever. It's free, it's funny, it's super good. Like it's 4 pages long, and at 17th level you get a new haircut.
That's amazing.
This entire
next drunk stream we do,
right?
This is what's up.
So this just as an example, this is just an ability that they've got here. They go through this long up until here, explaining how he had a really good haircut before he gets this ability, but the new haircut fashionably blows his old fashionable haircut out of the water. And then this is what it does. It just immediately gives everyone else in the party an extra level, and there's nothing the GM can do about it. Super duper fun. Awesome.
That's funny.
Yeah. Oh, well, TK, it fit this very well. But, yeah, thanks for the sub, yo. So, that's the story here. Some marketing genius, thought that they would release this as something to give out to everybody. It's super OP,
like
right? But it's super funny. It's super entertaining. And as a Dungeons and Dragons player, when I read through it, I wasn't cringing like how badly they fucked up the rules. I'm totally entertained by how well they used the rules to create it. So
is this for 5th edition or?
It's for 3.5 Pathfinder.
Oh, jeez.
So the superior version.
Classics.
Right?
I like it.
Right in the fields.
Dude, I played everything from 1st to 5th, and 3.5 is the best.
You haven't played any Pathfinder then, because you would have said Pathfinder.
I said 3.5.
Exactly. I'm gonna link it here, right? So that is the free PDF to the gentleman class that everybody can download and take a look at if you're interested. All right.
That's badass.
This right here is a very lifelike sketch.
That's Curry.
So this story, simple sketch helps police ID market theft suspect. So this sketch was given to investigators to identify a suspect in a theft from a Pennsylvania farmer's market. Lancaster.
What?
Yep. This super lifelike sketch. Police say the suspect pretended to be an employee before stealing an undisclosed amount of cash from a stand inside of a central market last month. A witness provided a minimalist black and white drawing to officers. Police say the sketch was cartoonish, yet it did help remind an investigator of a potential suspect. The photo of the suspect was given to the witness who made the positive identification. So
Gilligan was promptly arrested.
Yeah, exactly. It's more like Link.
Look at
Like,
this
what the
guy.
fuck?
The eyes are so fucking spot
What
on.
the fuck? That's actually him, dude. That's
Look
amazing.
at this guy.
His dead eyes gave him away.
The guy who they didn't know that the guy who was given this was actually a goddamn perfect artist. This guy, dude.
That's so good.
This guy looks like a dude who'd
doesn't
steal
look
from a
anything like
farmer's
Gilligan.
market, right? He was wearing a hat during the time of the crime, but not after he was arrested, right?
I think the picture's a little liberal with the hair.
Yeah, exactly. They gave him
Yeah.
too much credit.
Guy's halfway to Golem.
Right. So any of you who have ever drawn anything and you say, hey, this is crap, just remember, it could help catch a villain.
That's pretty fair.
Yep. All right. This was a story that I was considering not showing, but if we get suspended for this next story, I'm never coming back to Twitch. So, a woman
Fair news.
Well, I don't want to do YouTube, so don't say that.
right. A woman wins a
This is very
lawsuit.
clearly not a dick.
Right,
Anybody
exactly.
who thinks this is a dick, you have a terrible mind, and you're the problem.
Legally, this image was ruled by a court to not be a dick. So a woman wins a lawsuit against an Orthodox believers for their obsession about genitals. In Krasnoyarsk, a woman won a 20,000 ruble court case for false accusations and criminal responsibility for insulting the feelings of believers. In April of 2017, a criminal case was filed against a woman after she posted this image on her social media page. The woman posted the picture of an Easter cake with 2 eggs on its side. Prosecutors saw a phallic symbol in the picture, and they consulted experts in the field of orthodoxy who said that the attitude of the intimate side of the human nature in Christianity was negative and perceived as sinful. So,
Wow.
a bunch of people thought that this picture was sinful, so they sued her for 20,000
What the fuck?
rubles.
It's a fucking picture.
Right.
Roughly 1350.
Right, exactly. A priest of the temple of Archangel Michael and his parishioners appeared as the aggrieved. The woman claimed that the photo was taken in April of 2011 at Kharkov's Victory Square during a celebration of the Holy Easter. The case against the woman was closed for lack of offense in May of 2017. So 6
Good.
years of being
Jesus.
sued for a dick pic that wasn't a dick pic.
Yeah. Hey, it's a lot like what our show went through on Tuesday.
Right, exactly. The Ministry of Finance in Russia favor the woman in compensation for moral harm and legal costs incurred on the illegal imposition of administrative sanctions against her. The woman's lawyer, Vladimir Vasin, told reporters that the decision of the court was absolutely correct because the reposted photo was only the Easter cake and 2 eggs. It was the priest and those who associated with him that associated the photo with the penis, even though there were no insulting captions made under the photo.
I just want to say that the lawyer's name was it Vladimir Vasilisk or some shit. Vaseline. He sounds like a fucking porno star.
Right.
Or an evil villain.
But yeah, so somebody decided that this was a dick, and the courts decided it's not a dick, and then they were countersued, and they're paying all of her legal costs, and she's getting damages because everybody who it sucks to go to court. It's not a good thing. So. All right, moving on to Bitcoin news. Iceland is expected to use more energy mining Bitcoin this year than powering its homes.
Yep.
Large virtual currency mining companies.
It's the tech of the future.
Right. Large virtual currency mining companies have established a base on the island, which has an abundance of geothermic and hydroelectric power plants. And with massive amounts of energy needed to run the computers that create Bitcoins, it's seen as an ideal base. Johan Snorri, I'm going to get, this one's going to be real bad. Sigurbergernsen, that's probably slaughtered. Business development manager at the energy company Heidevieta Surdurnesja, there we go. Surdurnesja said that he expected Iceland's virtual currency mining to double its energy consumption to around 100 megawatts this year. That's more than the households use on the island of 340,000 people, according to Iceland's National Energy Authority. So there's going to be so much Bitcoin mining done in Iceland that it's going to double their power outtake. Banda, thank you very much for the lurk, yeah?
Yeah, it's so fucked, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, they're going to be using a ton of power, and I feel like that's gonna be bad for the Bitcoin market, right? If you have people who are over mining it.
Well, essentially, it's already overmined.
Right.
Here's the big problem. Like, as soon as Bitcoin reaches its limit, it's still going to take this kind of power to keep it going, because you still have to hash and you still have to solve the transactions, right?
Right.
And that's the problem with Bitcoin. And that's what a lot of people missed, I think, before the big crash happened, was it's like they're all jumping onto it, like, oh, it's changing the world, but it's like, no, it takes an extraordinary amount of power to keep this going.
Yeah.
On your processor, and it fucking hits the local infrastructure really hard, and it doesn't stop, and it won't stop. It's gonna have to continue to go. And if you want it to be better, because it's not even as good as the current financial market, you'll need even more power. So I don't know.
Right.
It's just a bad technology right now. I think there's a lot of promise in blockchain, but Bitcoin is
right. Hey, Wes,
Bitcoin is shit.
Turn your camera on and see if it fixed it yet. See if you're all flippity still. Enet says there are fundamental flaws with cryptocurrencies, and that happens if a whole island drops off the internet and somebody double spends, one on the island, one on another mainland. Yeah. Morris Miller asks, I want to know what happens if this becomes popular. What will happen when the banks and governments are not in control of the money? Right. Well, they're immediately going to try to become in control of it, right?
Yeah, they're already regulating it. That'll never happen, and that was never actually possible. The only way they couldn't control it was the idea that they couldn't be tracked and traced, and that is no longer even the case. You can look as close back as 2 months ago. the IRS won the case against Coinbase and confiscated 23,000 wallets.
Yep.
Like, there's no way that you can get out of this unless you're primarily using these coins on the black market, which is
Right.
the reason they were created in the first place.
Right.
But even then, you can be traced.
All right.
Unless you create a new wallet for every transaction.
Not so much.
Let's get back into stupid.
The show. No more Bitcoin.
A 19-year-old man who wanted to test out a flak jacket on Saturday suffered a non-life-threatening gunshot wound when his friend missed the target and shot him in the butt.
That's fucking amazing.
Deputies were alerted to the shooting by staff at Lincoln Hospital that afternoon. They believe that the shooting took place in the cabin north of Malcolm near Northwest 112th Street and West Mill Road. During their investigation, they found the 19-year-old victim who had his two friends shoot at him while he wore a Vietnam-era flak jacket. He was shot several times. The final shot landed directly in his butt. Due to the fact that he missed the vest.
I mean, so how many shots did he take?
3 or 4, something like that.
That's fucking pretty badass, dude.
Well, so here's the biggest problem. Vests aren't designed to take multiple hits.
No, they're not.
Eventually they
Especially
give,
not in the same area.
right? They give. So this guy lucked out just getting shot in the butt because his buddy missed.
Yeah.
Investigators believe that those involved had been drinking alcohol before the shooting. No shit.
That's pretty fair.
It's still
Pretty
under
fair.
investigation whether or not any criminal violations were actually in play here. Technically, there's nothing illegal about what they did. They were outside of city limits, so they were okay to be firing guns. And technically, it would be up to the guy who got shot in the butt to press charges against his friend. But there's probably some legal precedents that, when testing a vest, right? You can't sue somebody or something. So, who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the guy fucking willingly put the vest on to take bullets.
Morris Minor says misadventure. Yeah.
He asked his friend, hey, shoot me.
Right.
see what happens.
You grab something back.
They didn't even do same apples to apples. They did, a new gun versus an old vest. So they started off stupid.
That the doggo is. My dog was getting dangerously close to where the pizza was stored, and had to move it. Before we had a real dog emergency. All right. You guys still there? All real quiet.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm gone.
All right.
You can't see me?
That's right, exactly. Next story. A taste of freedom. Fugitive heads straight to Burger King after escaping from prison.
And that's where the cops caught him.
Right. So, I mean, this is another one of those stories of, you've escaped from prison. What do you do?
Yeah.
Find a public restroom, right?
Get liquor, bring it back to the prison.
Exactly. Get back into prison, right? Jerry Mercado, 25, escaped from a prison in Enfield on January 7th and stopped at a Burger King before calling his mom for a ride out of town. The taste of sweet freedom wasn't enough for one convict in Connecticut. He needed a Whopper too. So he convinced someone to buy him food while he was still wearing his prison jumpsuit.
I can see that.
Nice one.
Convinced.
Right. In line to order, he convinced somebody, right?
Yeah, his shiv really was a good argument.
Or the person It's like, dude, this guy's totally gonna get popped. You might as well like maybe get a few bites of a burger and
I'll buy him a shitty burger.
Right.
I just want to. This guy's bluff is just outrageous. No, it's this my Halloween costume. It's laundry day.
Exactly. It's the only thing I got left.
Yeah, there's unfortunately there's no place for my wallet, but I really want a Whopper. Anyway, you can help me out.
Staff at the Burger King called in to report the escaped convict, and also his mom called the correctional officers to report that his son had called her and said he was released early by about 3 years.
Yeah, Mom, I got released early. Can you drive me to Mexico real fast?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just gotta go pick up something. That's amazing.
Right. The jail noticed that he was missing about an hour after he was gone. Let's see. He's charged with escape in the first degree and due back in court on Tuesday. All right. The next thing I've got here. What was this thing? Oh, yeah. I was going to get timers for this, but then I got suspended, so I totally missed doing this. Yeah, we're gonna skip this video. This video's it's 12 minutes long, and I was going to get timers to skip around, and I forgot to do it. So, yeah, that's how it happens. All right. So, Iran accuses the West of using lizards to spy for nuclear secrets.
God damn it.
Advisor Khamenei says that aid collectors for the Palestinians sought to deploy reptiles whose skin attracted atomic waves.
Ah.
The former chief of staff for Iran's armed forces on Tuesday said that Western spies had used lizards to attract atomic waves and spy on his country's nuclear program. It was the latest in a long line of incidents in the Western countries, including Israel, being accused of deploying secret agents from the animal kingdom.
That'd be pretty fucking badass, actually.
Right? Like, if that was real, that'd be super great.
Yeah, it would be. I don't know why they would think that.
Spies.
We've already got drones the size of flies. Why the fuck would you be worried about geckos walking around?
Have you guys heard of hero rats?
Mm-mm.
Hero rats?
Hero rats, yeah.
Tell me about it.
I learned about it in my biopsych class the other day. So they actually are training these. There's a particular breed of fairly large rat. They're actually pretty cute. They're not your typical gross-looking rat. They're training them to find landmines. And then I just read tuberculosis was something else, but they're actually, it's pretty rad. So we got to watch a video on how they go about training them, but they actually sniff out mines. There's these little freaking rats. It's pretty rad.
Okay, so they don't blow
do they
themselves
just like
up?
sit on the mine and they're not big enough to set it off, so they're just like, don't step here, I'm a rat.
Exactly. They're
rat martyrs.
They don't weigh enough to set them off, and they search them out.
Oh,
it's pretty fucking cool, but but it's cute because they actually named the company Hero Rats.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
that's pretty awesome.
I just
called
posted
it
a link.
Ratatouille. That's a good movie.
Khamenei was responding to questions from local media on the recent arrests of environmentalists. He said he did not know the details of the cases, but that the West had often used tourists, scientists, and environmentalists to spy on Iran. Several years ago, some individuals came to Iran to collect aid for Palestine. We were suspicious of the route that they chose. In their possessions were a variety of reptile desert species like lizards, chameleons. We found out that their skin attracts atomic waves and that they were nuclear spies who wanted to find out where inside the Islamic Republic of Iran we have uranium mines and where we are engaged in atomic activities. Firuzadabadi said that Western spy agencies had failed every time. His comments came after that leading Iranian-Canadian environmentalist Kavus Said Emami had committed suicide in prison. So, yeah, it gets dark.
Huh.
Yeah.
So they have got no evidence that this guy existed.
No.
But they're like, hey, people.
It's like Santa Claus.
Spy lizards.
Correct. That attract nuclear waves.
He's basically the Alex Jones of Iran.
Right.
That's essentially what you're saying. He's like, let me tell you about Hillary Clinton.
2 years earlier, an Egyptian official said Israeli controlled sharks may have been involved in a number of tourist attacks in the Red Sea.
That's phenomenal. I want that to be real. Just trained shark attacks.
Right.
Heck yes. Stay out of my water.
It's like Dr. Evil's fucking Twitter feed or some shit. What is this?
Right. So an elk brings down a helicopter in eastern Utah.
I've been saying for years, we got to do something about those fucking elk.
Right.
He came at me with a knife.
A cow elk knocked down a helicopter while its crew was capturing.
I was trying to say something.
Oh, sorry, Jana, go ahead.
No, I was just like, was the thing actually flying? Like, how the hell is that possible?
Yep.
Yes, the elk was
I
flying.
guess we're gonna find out.
Yeah, it jumped off. It was trying to kill itself. Jumped off a mountaintop.
Well, pro tip: West has succeeded. A cow elk knocked down a helicopter while its crew was capturing animals for the state in eastern Wasatch County. The Wasatch County Search and Rescue was called out to Current Creek to help the downed helicopter at 4:38 p.m. on Monday. The two-person crew was in the process of capturing the elk with a net when the animal somehow jumped up and hit the tail rotor of the chopper. I'm assuming that the pilot fucked up and hit an elk, but...
Yeah. What is your method for catching the elk? A tiny net. No one escapes. Tiny net. Turns out elk escapes. Tiny net.
Right. The incident almost severed the tail rotor, the post continued, and the helicopter crashed. Not something you see every day when an elk brings down a chopper. Neither crew member was injured, aside from a few small cuts and bruises, but the elk died.
Womp, 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 womp.
Exactly.
That's probably good.
That's too bad.
Well, thanks for
It's
joining us,
fucking
Diva. You have a great night.
Research on. Oh, what have we done?
Exactly.
It definitely deserved to die. That's all I'm gonna say.
If
Christmas.
if the elk actually jumped up and hit the rotor, I'm not surprised it got killed. I'm still thinking though that this is a case of Steve was flying too low and he turned and hit the elk and he's all shit. Let's just say it jumped.
Yeah, right.
I bet insurance likes it better when it's that instead of pilot error.
It's coming right for us.
Right. Oops. Where was I at? Okay, black elk down. Yeah. All right. So and now, looks like having some problems with. There we go. Had to figure out why. All right, and now for the weather, we're gonna go to Erica Pino. Erica, should this be the right button?
Sigue el calorcito. ¿Qué más nos tienes?
Notamos que las condiciones están fluctuando entre los 80 hasta los 90 grados. Parece que tenemos un problema, me imagino, con las luces, pero no se preocupen. Seguimos con el tiempo. Las temperaturas para hoy van a ser aproximadamente de 100...
Like, why would you have that picture in the background anyway?
I mean, that was definitely cut in.
Right. Well, somebody did that to her on purpose, right?
Yeah.
But, I mean, why would you do that?
It's so good.
All right. So, okay. Whew. Calm down. I thought that one was funny. Right, okay. So, here's our sex drug story. Because we always got to have some sort of sex drug story, right?
Finally.
Yeah. So, Tillery, North Carolina, a 33-year-old Winston-Salem man faces charges after officials said that he threw a bag containing drugs and cell phones over a fence into prison in Halifax County.
That's just a bunch of weed. That's not even drugs.
That's not even weed. That's like
That's
tobacco.
Yeah, that's tobacco. There's more to it, though.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Wednesday, someone alerted Harnett County authorities to someone throwing an object over the fence in the prison yard at Caledonia Minimum Correctional Institute. 2 corrections officers were able, to provide a description of the suspect's vehicle. The objects were recovered, and let me see if I can. Where's that list? Okay, the bag contained a pound of smoking tobacco, 10 cell phones with cell phone chargers, 7 packages of synthetic marijuana, 23 Suboxone strips, 22 acetaminophen codeine dosage units, and 13 dosage units for a drug for sexual dysfunction.
Wow.
So he dropped off his supply of boner pills.
Depending upon, the demographic and how you're looking at it, this guy is kind of a hero.
Right.
He wasn't stealing these things. He was giving these things to what I would imagine would be the inmates in prison.
Yeah, more than likely. He was paid to. But somebody was... F-Bomb says, "Aw, that was sweet of him." Yeah.
Yeah. That's...
So, sexual dysfunction drugs, I'm assuming that that means that these were like fucking Viagra, right? I'm assuming that there was 13 doses of Viagra that were thrown over the...
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like...
Why wouldn't they just say that, though?
Well, I don't know. It's possible that there's like an issue of specifically mentioning Viagra because Viagra might be all like, "Why are you doing this to us?" Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please don't mention our name with guy giving prisoners boner pills.
Right. The only thing I can think of, it's some guy who's all like, "Man, I really need to teach my cellmate a lesson, but I just cannot get hard to a dude butt."
That's gross.
Alrighty.
He's mud butting really hard. I just need some help.
Exactly. All right.
Oh, God, that's disgusting.
That's what gets Jason. We've had like colon explosions and all sorts of shit today.
Prison mud butt sex with fucking sex drugs. That's it.
Say sex, drugs, mud butt, and Jason is out. He's
not hungry anymore.
I tap.
All right, Utah mom upset after school tells 6th graders that they can't say no when asked to dance.
Wait, what?
Yep. So, this story...
Somebody asked...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This is our outrage story today.
Yeah.
I'm already outraged and I don't even know the story yet.
I know.
I'll side with whatever you guys think is the bad side.
Okay. Well, Jason, welcome to the worst side of the planet. All right. No. When Natalie Richards' 6th grade daughter told her she couldn't say no if a boy asked her to dance at Canesville Elementary Valentine dance, she didn't believe it at first. She said, "Oh no, honey. You guys are misunderstanding. That's not how it's supposed to be." However, after speaking to her daughter's teacher, she realized the statement was accurate. The teacher said that she can't. She has to say yes. She has to accept. And I said, "Excuse me?" Richard tells Fox 13. Richard took her concerns to the school principal. He basically just said that they've done this dance set up this way for a long time, and they've never had any concern before.
Except you're forcing physical contact when
Right.
Terrible.
people don't want it.
Oh, in 6th grade.
Well, there's probably
you
no
can't
physical
say no.
contact involved, right?
I don't know. We'll find out a little bit more.
It's an elementary school dance. They don't even hold hands, I don't think.
That's
Sixth
not
grade,
true.
Hands like at waist. and you dance super stiffly and
Right.
awkwardly.
Yeah.
And
It's participation
Compound.
I
trophies
think you
for all
guys
the
have
ugly,
watched
nerdy
too many
kids.
movies. I don't know if you've ever been to an actual middle school dance.
It's not middle
God,
school.
they're
6th
dropping it
grade?
like it's hot.
Yeah, 6th grade in most of the country is actually elementary school.
No, that's middle school.
No, yeah, it's middle school now.
6th, 7th,
No, it's
and 8th
middle
grade.
school here. It's in most of the country. That's still elementary school.
Yeah.
If
I
you
don't
go to
know about that.
Portland 6th grade is elementary school. Like yeah, straight, like it's not like that in most of the country.
F-Bomb says it's middle school. I've lived in 9
I've
states.
lived in 9 states. I don't care where you've lived. That doesn't mean anything.
Well, you're not being voiced. Oh,
Elementary school is the main point of delivery of primary education in the United States for children between the ages of 4 and 11. So, a figure that includes all schools that teach students from grade 1 through grade 8, according to the National Center for Education Statistics.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it is usually
told
from
ya.
kindergarten through 5th grade.
Oh, shit.
Oh shit. Okay,
Oh,
maybe it's a 30-70 split.
All
I
right,
don't know.
we're right in the middle of the outrage. We're going to keep going a little bit long. Twisty's going to
Okay.
pull
I'm
her own
fucking
hair
outraged
out.
about this.
Right.
I'm outraged about F-bombs dropping
I agree,
anecdotal
Twisty.
fucking
I
evidence on
agree
this shit. Fuck out of here.
Right. Lane Finlay with... Oh, shit. Blazeback Sheep. 3 months in a row. Thank you very much. We appreciate the hell out of it. All right, Lane Finlay with the Weber School District confirms it's a rule, but he said it's meant to teach students how to be inclusive. Please be respectful and polite, Finlay says. We want to promote kindness, so we want you to say yes when someone asks you to dance. I do see it from their perspective when it comes to that, but there are many other ways to teach children how to be accepting with a social dance, Richard counters. Richard says forcing students to not to say no teaches them the wrong lesson, sends a bad message to girls that girls have to say yes, and sends a bad message to boys that girls can't say no. Right. Prior to the dance, which is voluntary, students are told to fill out a card by selecting 5 people they want to dance with. The administration says if there's someone on the card you feel uncomfortable with, the student is encouraged to speak up. If there's an issue, there's students that are uncomfortable with or have a problem with another student. I mean, that's certainly something that can be addressed with the students and the parents. Psychologically, my daughter keeps coming to me and saying, I can't say no to a boy. And that's the message that these kids are getting. So, I mean, there's definitely an opinion piece on both sides, right? I'm trying to run a moderate line here. I definitely have my own opinions, but trying to present this in a news source.
Yeah, I feel like this could create that same level of exclusion if you're that stinky, smelly kid no one wants to dance with ever, and you have all the 5 prettiest girls or whatnot on your dance card, and they're just like, no, Jerry, that's not happening. Like, go get another fucking cup of punch and sit down.
Exactly.
Jerry deserves a participation trophy. Come on, guys.
Hey,
yeah, I'm totally against this, by the way. It's fucking ridiculous. It's terrible.
Super
At the same
terrible.
time, somebody should stand up for the really bad decisions other people make. And I'll be there for them. if they need
Jason,
it.
Jerry's going to need to learn rejection sooner than later.
Like,
You know what, Jerry, I'll dance with you.
Jerry already
learn it
knows
sooner.
rejection. Now this is just a documented rejection for him. I've put down 5 people and they all said no. I can't
Jerry.
catch a break.
Jerry, learn to sell drugs and you'll have no problems.
Yeah, fixes all.
Jerry is now a pharmaceutical rep.
Jerry spent 30 minutes on the toilet and it is now... All right. So, apparently I forgot to...
There's Jerry.
Yeah, exactly. I forgot. Let me find
Jerry, no.
the fake butt story here real quick. Prize hitting the Winter Olympics.
I agree. Just no.
Smoking pills. Hold on.
Uno really does love butts, Twisty. I agree. This is
Hey,
becoming a
I literally,
theme
I
every
just cover
episode.
what the news is about, right?
There's a lot of news out there, Uno.
What are they? But is it news that makes you laugh like this, right?
I think it's a little bit. Your bias is slipping in there.
Hold on. I gotta actually have to Google the word drugs fake butt. Hold on.
It's another set of things I'm not gonna do.
All right.
People are starting to look into my.
So, drug smugglers tried using a fake butt implants to hide cocaine, police say. I forgot to grab the notes for this one. 2 would-be drug smugglers failed in a cheeky attempt at slipping their stash by authorities at Lisbon airport. The pair was arrested Monday after they attempted to smuggle more than 2 pounds of cocaine inside a pair of fake butts. One of the men carrying 2 of the cushion-like implants was attached to a pair of swim trunks, was detained by the country's anti-narcotics unit. While police only identified him as a foreigner from a Latin American country, Sky News reported the man was from Brazil. So, some other place took liberties. The second man was arrested soon after at a train station under the suspicion that he would be receiving the drugs. Police said that the haul was the equivalent of at least 5,000 sellable individual portions of cocaine. It's not clear how the police discovered the fake implants. But they did. You guys still there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen.
Well, opinions on fake butt cocaine smuggling rings?
I don't have a whole lot of opinion on it, except that it's a great idea.
Safer than smuggling it in your own rectum, I suppose.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. I might be surprised that it took this long for this to be a thing.
I don't think it's new, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Just
It
now
doesn't
it's
sound new. You know what I mean? It just sounds like, oh, finally they got caught.
yeah.
No,
Pretty
lost.
much.
So every time, the next time that you're looking at a butt, just know it could be fake and filled with cocaine.
Right?
I
Could
think
be
that
even
every time I see
better
a
than you
Nicki
imagine.
Minaj music video.
I see a big butt, I'm gonna think that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's what that
Like
that
5
song's
minutes
all about.
I like big butts filled with cocaine.
Yeah.
Yeah, get it, stir drugs a lot.
Exactly. So, taking a look at this image here, what emotions are immediately responded come with? What are you feeling right now?
Just get stacked.
Okay, number one, I don't have an emotion, but I am like, they took that European brothel too far.
It's pretty close. This is Russia.
Of course it is.
Police
So there's a dash cam or whatever's going on.
Right. Police have found a mummified remains of a lonely man who died embracing his homemade sex doll.
Mummified man.
Jesus Christ.
What the fuck?
Can we all guess what kept him mummified?
Right.
Look at them titties, though, man.
Those are custom built.
How did he end up mummified?
Well,
Literally bondage, yeah.
Right. Cops found the man's corpse next to the homemade doll, which was built from items scavenged from local rubbish bins. The man, named only as Valery M., had not been seen for several months, they said. When the police broke in, they found the dead pensioner lying on his sofa next to his girlfriend.
His name was Valerium?
Valery M.
Valerium.
Apartment,
Yeah.
not a lot of oxygen.
Yeah, it's possible.
He was mummified. He wasn't a decrepit corpse. I'm
But-
confused.
I feel like this
Yeah.
story is a metaphor for the movie Valerium.
They said that the clothed body was partially
It's a sex
mummified.
doll made out of trash.
Right.
That's all Valerium is. It's just fucked.
They said his clothed body was
I guess-
partially mummified and he had been dead for several months. Police believe that he assembled the doll collected from items collected from rubbish bins near his home. The head was torn from a mannequin used in a clothes shop. The body was assembled from pieces of fabric, rope, and old towels. Oh shit!
I
Holy
love
crap!
that somebody chose that moment.
Gnarls just donated 1,600 biddies for fake titties. Wow. Thank you very much, Gnarls.
Yeah.
You are now
You know,
the top cheer.
you gotta pick a time to do it, and I thought
Right.
right now.
All right. Called Not on My Watch. This question is just for Shayna here for a second. Have you ever worried about your handbag ever being stolen at security?
At security?
Yeah, like if you put
That'd
it
be
through,
fucked.
if you put it through like a bag check or anything like that, like
in the machine, somebody
Yeah.
steals the bag.
or at the other
Oh no,
side.
that never. I don't think that's ever crossed my mind. No. But this image now is making more sense.
Garbage Patch doll. Holy shit.
You like that?
All right. One Chinese woman joined her handbag going through an X-ray machine to prevent the possibility of it being stolen.
Right, because what you should do is just fuck up your hand.
All right.
It
No,
only
she-
resulted in stage 2 cancer.
Right, exactly.
Unfortunately, she was a hand model, so not too bright.
The staff at Dongguan railway station in southern China were shocked to find the silhouette of the train commuter on their X-ray monitors. An online video showed the bizarre incident took place on Sunday during the Lunar New Year's festival travel rush after climbing onto the conveyor belt.
She jumped in completely?
Completely.
Yeah.
This is the
Yeah,
picture
that's-
that they saw.
Did you not see the person, Jason?
No, I do. I didn't know that was of what we were talking about. I
Yep.
thought this was just like your image you pulled up.
Right.
I mean, if we're looking at this, she's not wearing underwear. Just saying.
I don't know.
What a
we'll,
fucking
we'll never
moron.
know.
Right.
That can't be good for you.
No,
Oh, yeah. Renal.
definitely not good for you.
Right.
You're literally not supposed to go through those things
No.
without a fucking vest on.
Right. After climbing off of the conveyor belt, the woman checked her bags and left. Extraordinary X-ray images showing the woman kneeling on all fours behind her luggage, still wearing high-heeled shoes.
I thought she just had really
my
messed up
God.
feet.
So this
And
story,
if you watch the whole passage, you can see her develop cancer.
I was reading through it. Right. The original headline to the story is Indian minister urinates on wall amid a drive to end a public defecation. In India, we've talked about this before, right? Jason has mentioned it a couple of times, right? That they poop on the rails and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right. So this is a tweet that happened, and the reason I really wanted to cover this is because I have discovered that there's an opposition party to a guy who's trying to get everyone to stop pooping everywhere.
God damn it. Of course there is. dude.
Our bowels, our choice.
Right, exactly.
Our bowels are choice.
The Clean India campaign is a flagship policy of the Prime Minister. Mahesh Kumar, Indian Health Minister, has been pictured urinating on a wall amid a nationwide drive to end public defecation and to promote cleanliness and hygiene.
What a fucking asshole.
Right?
God.
Yeah, but
just
he's not
peeing.
dropping dews. He's just
Yeah.
watering a plant.
Right.
Not
Yeah,
watering
but you
it.
don't understand the level of human waste.
Right.
In
Oh,
that
we're about to
country.
get into it.
Yeah. I
Kalacharan
think they're
Saraf.
about to learn some shit.
Uh,
It's horrible.
this is Kalacharan Saraf, the health minister of the Rajasthan state, was pictured relieving himself on a wall in Jaipur in an image tweeted by a staffer from the opposition Congress Party, which means that is the side that is against this guy's crusade on trying to get people to stop pooping everywhere. The picture went viral and caused embarrassment for Safar and the ruling Bajahatari Janata Party. Ending public defecation and urination are key priorities of the Clean India campaign, a flagship policy of the Indian Prime Minister. That's just something I got copied. Modi is frequently pictured holding a broom and sweeping streets as part of the drive, which produces an annual list of the 100 cleanest Indian cities. Jaipur has yet to appear on that list. Modi has pledged to eradicate open defecation by October 2019, and his administration claims to have built 60 million toilets across the country since coming to power in 2014. Another 20 million are scheduled to be constructed by the middle of next year. We have to build toilets before temples, Modi said in a speech last year. So this is how they're doing, right? That's what they're trying to do. But men urinating in public is a common sight in Indian cities and villages, and an estimated 500 million people in the country defecate outdoors.
So he's basically doing like a hands across America, just turlets across to India?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like, check this out.
The practice
1.5 times the population of the United States of America.
Right.
Shits and pisses everywhere in India. Like, everywhere. All, like, fucking streets. Like, fucking front of your house and shit. Like, it's terrible.
Yeah, last time I checked, we were at
super
365 million people in the U.S. Right?
Yeah.
And 500 million people, which is, like you said, more than the population of the U.S., poops everywhere. Just wherever they're at.
It's just right out the old pant leg.
Right.
Yeah, it's leading to like insane amount of disease.
Yeah, why do you think we
Right.
get the most of our incenses and smelly stuff originated from India?
Yeah.
The practice is
Gotta cover
considered
up
the
that
main. Yeah, the practice is considered the main reason for the country's high rate of diarrhea-related deaths among children aged 5 and under.
Yep.
Oops.
Yep, that makes sense.
Get back to that. Nearly 190,000 children die each year from conditions linked to frequent bouts of diarrhea, which weakens their immune system and makes them more vulnerable to malnutrition and disease such as polio or pneumonia. But yeah, so there's a group of people who are opposed to not doing this.
For sure.
We're all better for knowing that those people exist.
Yeah, I know, right?
And I told
I
you
just
guys,
want to know what their platform is. Is it about like freedom of just shitting where they want, or is it like it's like we don't need more kids. We need to fucking control the population through shitting wherever we want. Like,
Right,
what
Jesus.
the fuck?
So are you asking, Wes, is the opposition party pro-poop or anti-children, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Either way, they're on the wrong side of history.
Yeah, they are definitely on the wrong side.
Like, it goes like Stalin and Hitler, and then anti-poopers or pro-poopers. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
Morris, I don't know if you heard my rant about it last week, but their trains, they don't even have like actual toilets in their bathrooms. It's literally a hole, and you shit into the hole, and it just explodes and splashes onto their tracks.
I like your word usage.
Disgusting. Ugh, it's so gross, dude.
All right. So last
Wow.
time we had talked about this, I told you guys that there were public service announcements, like videos made to like try to convince people to poop in toilets, right? I found that video, dude. Are you guys ready?
Here's a PSA
Yeah.
from the Department of Health. Stop shitting on my lawn!
Oh my god.
Ah! What in the fuck?
Hope you guys are ready for this, dude.
Well, I can definitely figure out why it's ineffective.
Poop calling.
Amazing.
First thing in the morning, what do I see? A pile of shit staring at me. I close my eyes, I step away. No matter where I go, there's no getting away.
Oh my god! What the fuck?
Yes! It's Bollywood style, dude.
Right?
Yes, dancing!
I step out on the street.
They need this. Morris says he's having an acid flashback.
To high hell. I hold my
This
breath.
reminds me of a really bad acid trip I had one time.
Everywhere I go, there's no getting away.
They play this on TV so that people will hopefully poop in the toilet. There's just poop Tiananmen squaring down the road.
How's it still going?
Dude, this is 4 minutes long.
Oh my god.
It's about half over. There's poop on the no shit sign. So they construct a giant toilet. And convince the poop that there's a party.
Let's take the
What the fuck?
Let's take the to the moon. Let's take the to the moon. Next to you.
I want this video. I want to troll somebody so hard.
Where is that blue? Let's take the to the moon. Let's take the
Look how fancy that toilet is, dude.
let's take the
Yeah, I want to. No, never mind.
let's take the let's take the let's take the
The Goblet of
We're
Fire.
watching the whole fucking thing.
Yeah. They did it, dude. They got the poo.
Oh man, thank God. India's saved.
And that basically sums up Scientology.
Blaze Black says I never thought I'd actually see a shit show. Yeah.
Well said, Blaze.
All right. Buck Squirrels 2019. A dog's application to run in the Kansas gubernatorial race has been rejected, despite his owner insisting he has all of the qualities to be governor.
I mean, that's pretty fair.
Have we seen a video with hundreds of people pooping by the tracks? No, but I'm not sure that we can get away with it.
Do you just want to rewatch what we just saw? Should we just rewatch that?
I just hurried in here.
So an application submitted on behalf of Angus the Wire-Haired Vizsla suggested that the 3-year-old pooch would run as a Republican, but was turned down by Kansas Secretary of State, which told the Associated Press that a dog could not carry out the role. Angus is well, that's not necessarily true. There's nothing legally stopping this dog from attempting to run.
Oh, damn. Look out.
Angus's owner, Taryn Woolley, filed the paperwork for his beloved pet after the weekend when reading about a rule that saw 6 teenagers apply for the race because there's no guidelines stipulating a lower age limit for candidates. On investigating the situation, Woolley discovered that there was also nothing barring animals from entering the race, although his attempt to prove it was thwarted. I do believe that he is a caring, nurturing individual who cares for the best of all humanity and other creatures other than squirrels. Woolley told the Associated Press of his pet and his former gubernatorial hopeful, Angus. Officials are currently discussing the possibility of introducing age restrictions to the election after the teenagers, who yet cannot vote, announced their candidacy. Tweens between the age of 16 and 18 currently make up about a third of the entrants to the race.
What the fuck?
Because there was nothing that stopped them from doing it, so they're all on the ballot.
God damn it.
It's just Angus is just
That's what I'm
sitting there
saying,
like,
dude.
Angus's whole platform is I'm a good boy.
Right?
We really do need to start putting in like some kind of barrier to stop every stupid motherfucker from running for office. Other than money.
Yeah.
Like an educational barrier. Maybe even a service barrier.
Yeah, so good. I think Angus would make a fine whatever the hell he's running for.
Right, exactly. The governor of Kansas, right?
Yeah, Kansas. Yeah, he's fine. Put him in. Elect.
As of right now, inmates can technically run, and there's also reports of people saying that cats and dogs could run, although that has been now proven false. And it's only because they just decided it was not allowed. There was nothing legally stopping them.
Yeah, I hope that guy pushes on that.
Yeah.
Like, well,
So
show me where it
odd.
says this doesn't happen.
I want to see it go to the Kansas Supreme Court. the moment that a dog hits that ballot, everyone will vote for the dog.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like it turns out the reason why they're saying no is because like the leader of the House in Kansas is a cat. Mr. Fluffers, are you sure?
I think I would watch that sitcom, dude.
Unfortunately, that would not be a sitcom.
One episode. That's about it.
It would be known in future generations as there was a state called Kansas.
It had a dog in her.
It had a dog in there that led it to financial ruin.
It was the most peaceful time in Kansas's life.
Right.
All right. Nightmare scenario. This is something that bothers the fuck out of me. So a skier lost in New York doesn't know how he got to California.
Whoa.
Right.
Oh, that's
What?
glorious.
On February 13th, this is what was provided by the Sheriff's County Department in Sacramento, California, because they're protecting his identification, right? Didn't want to show his pictures or whatever. But his last name is Philippidis, who went missing while skiing in Lake Placid, New York, on February 7th, was found at a California airport 6 days later. The 49-year-old captain with the Toronto Fire Services told police that he did not recall the circumstances of his departure from New York, but recollected traveling to Sacramento in a big rig truck. Police on Wednesday were trying to piece together how a 49-year-old skier whose disappearance sparked a massive search in New York mountainside ended up in California and confused and still in his ski clothes.
What? My first question, man. What drugs did you take?
Right.
Drugs.
The sex drugs, yeah, of course. He told investigators he doesn't know what happened after he was reported missing on Wednesday from Whiteface Mountain during an annual ski trip with his colleagues. The search ended Tuesday when Philippidis turned up in Sacramento, California, 2,500 miles west of the Adirondacks. At this point, we want to assist Danny in getting back to the last 6 days of his life. But I have totally had, like, the daydream nightmares of, like, just, going to go get fucking milk from the store and then ending up in Mexico naked and confused, right?
What the hell kind of life do you live, Uno?
About this. A similar scenario, on a bachelor party or something. You get so hammered, you wake up like on a beach in a wetsuit, and underneath the wetsuit's like a tuxedo, and you got some other person chained to your arm. You're like, how did I get here? But for somebody to actually cross the country and no one, including himself, is sure how he got there is just amazing. I hope they find out and turn it into another Taken movie.
Right. I don't know who you are, but I'm going to find my captain of my firefighter squad.
Right. I have a very particular set of skills to forget 6 days at a time. Wonderful.
Philippidis told deputies he remembered little, but he thought he'd suffered a head injury and rode in a big rig style truck and slept a lot. Yeah.
First thing you do with a concussion, take a nap.
Right. Police distributed pictures of Philippidis taken in California on Tuesday, hoping people who recognize him can help solve the mystery. He wants to find out where he was as badly as we want to find out where he was.
Some trucker's just laughing his ass off right now.
Found a dude with a head injury, took him across the country, left him there. I'm the best.
Trying to one-up me now, I dare you, Greg.
Yeah, I'm actually curious. I wonder if they did brain scans, if they thought to do that.
So, graffiti artists were recently awarded $6.7 million from a landlord who destroyed their work.
Oh.
So this is just one piece of example of the graffiti. So prior to 2013, a warehouse in Queens known as 5 Points was a graffiti mecca packed with murals and other works by hundreds of artists, many of whom rented space inside the building. That is until suddenly, without warning, it was all whitewashed. The entire facade under that is until the owner, Gerald Wolkoff, suddenly and without warning whitewashed the entire facade under a messy coat of paint. Wolkoff had been...
Asshole!
Right?
Well, sort of. He does own the property.
I don't care.
He owned the building.
Warn them.
Fuck that. Fuck that. No, I don't care. Fuck that. If you own it, dude, like, no. If it was under stipulation that they could change it at any time,
yeah, that's one thing.
Then that's one thing. But if they've just been doing this and he let it go for a long time and finally lost his temper, like, good for him.
Right.
Straight up.
So
yeah, I think
there's more to it, though. The court had...
Yeah, I'm sure there's more to it, right? There's got to be more to it.
Wolkoff had been planning to tear the building down for a while, and the artists were in the process of trying to stop him under the Visual Artists' Rights Act, which protects works of recognized stature. Right?
Yeah,
so
fuck those artists, dude.
Well, so these artists had been making New York a shit ton of money and actually bringing money and tourism to this guy who owned the building. Right? So he owned other things around there.
Obviously not enough to keep the building, right?
Well,
he's just a fucking dickbag that wanted to whitewash
they're definitely more
art
money,
because
right?
he's an asshole. And he's like, I can censor it because I own the building. No, he's a fucking dick.
That's not what it is. Are you listening to yourself? Listen to the words that are coming out of Udo's mouth.
I am listening.
And he has a building he wanted to destroy, and they were trying to get fucking domain over his...
Yeah, I listened, and I think it's bullshit. I still think he's an
Ugh, they're the worst kind of people, dude. They're trying to take somebody else's property and make it theirs, like forcefully. Fuck them, dude.
Right, but while there was a court case
Same
going
thing
on,
when you have like a fucking families living in a, oh well, the big guy owns it and he wants to destroy it, kick all his families out. Fuck the families, they don't own that. Like, I'm sorry, I disagree
Bye.
entirely.
Sorry, bye. That's fine, you can agree with that.
Before the court had time to make a decision, he took drastic action, and the showcase was instantly destroyed.
Yeah,
Wolkoff
that makes sense.
Wasn't expecting the judge to deem the graffiti of sufficient nature to protect, much less grant significant monetary value, but clearly he was wrong. In November of 2017, the jury ruled in favor of the artists, and this week, a federal judge in Brooklyn delivered the final blow. Wolkoff, a real estate developer, is now owes 21 artists a combined total of $6.7 million. Rather than wait for the court's opinion, Wolkoff destroyed almost all of the plaintiff's paintings by whitewashing them during an 8-day interim. The sloppy, half-hearted nature of the whitewashing left the works easily visible underneath thin layers of cheap white paint, reminding the plaintiffs on a daily basis of what had happened. 5 Points was a prominent tourist attraction, and the public would have undoubtedly thronged to say its goodbyes during those 10 months and gaze on the formidable works of aerosol art for the last time. It would have been a wonderful tribute for the artists they richly deserve. So the point of this story is that it's not just a little bit of graffiti, right? It's years worth of high quality stuff that the city itself valued, right? Not the artists, but the city.
See, I guess that's where I for me personally, it becomes kind of more gray because, like Jason said, this is this guy's warehouse, whatever.
Right.
If the tourism isn't benefiting him enough in a way that he deems fiscally, what he wants to do with it, like, it is still his property, and at no point can the state just be like, yeah, this isn't yours anymore.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
We're gonna take this thing that you purchased.
Right. Well, are you guys familiar within the town that most of us live in, the whole clause about old buildings and how you can't rework them?
You can, actually.
Not if they're one of the protected ones.
The historical monuments, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I helped set a business in one right before I went back to school, and there is loopholes with it. What you do need to do is you need to maintain some historical stuff on it. So essentially, the way to do it is you stick a plaque up on the wall, keep one part of the building historical, and then you have 100% freedom to change like 99% of the building. Right. Like, so like I get where these artists are coming for. It was uncool that he ruined their art, and I'm actually in favor of the courts ruling against him for that. Right. The 100% for that.
The biggest problem was that he jumped the gun. Had he not jumped the gun, they could have the city could have paid to relocate the artwork.
Yeah, which would have been fine too, in my book.
Right, exactly.
At the same time, it does, from like a perspective, is like, dude, if you invest like millions of dollars in New York property or any property anywhere, I don't even care if it's you invest like $30 fucking dollars in something that's yours, and somebody defaces it, right? You should have 100% fucking ownership of that. There should be no possible way that they could tie you up for 10 fucking months, right? 10 months of you like, I want to destroy this building. It's dilapidated. I'm going to put in some new buildings, right? They tied him up for 10 months because they spray painted some shit there. To me, that's not okay. Like, what they did was very wrong. What he did in reaction was petty and stupid. And equally as wrong.
Well, I mean, like, the legal system aside, taking forever to do something, right? There's wrong on multiple sides, but I don't think that the artists necessarily did anything wrong other than attempt to protect their work before. And if they had attempted to protect their work, and he was held up for a week or two because the city got on the shit, I wouldn't have any problem with it, right?
Yeah, agreed. That's one thing.
But since the
10
city
months,
took
though.
forever, right? The city took forever to
Yeah.
get anything done, and then he overreacted. But I've got some more images to show you guys. This is how big the place is, and how much work is on this whole thing, right? A lot of that is crap.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, there's a lot of crap.
Yeah.
But
That's a fucking shithole, dude.
there are some pretty high-scale artworks here that are, considered to be like landmarks and things that you go and, go to get your stuff taken, take pictures with it, right?
Yeah.
But that still doesn't change the fact that the act of graffiti is also against the law. Like,
Unless
it's defamation of property.
Unless you're allowed to do
Unless it's
so.
good enough.
No, unless you're allowed to do so.
If he's granting permission, but if you just happen to be an amazing artist and you scrawl up something that's really cool looking, and then you're like, my permission is that I'm a good enough artist. That's all I needed.
No. That's not it. They rented it.
Real fucking.
They rented space from him to do this.
Okay, see that? Okay.
Yeah. He was not making any money off of an abandoned, dilapidated thing. He rented it to. Oh, I haven't heard you at all, Jaina.
Yeah, well, I stopped talking because I tried to say something. I got really kind of just laid down. I'm kind of not feeling this at the moment.
Oh, I apologize. I didn't
It
mean
wasn't you. Jason,
No, it was me.
The way that Jason reacted was really, really rude. You completely discounted my opinion because you don't agree with it.
Yeah, well,
That
that's
kind
what
of bothered
debating
me.
is, right? That's what we're doing. I'm sorry if I wasn't attacking your character. I didn't verbally attack you. I attacked your opinion, which that's the whole point of the debate, right? That's what we're doing right now.
No, you weren't letting me get my opinion across. You were just squashing it because you think it's wrong. And you do that a lot. And I'm not feeling particularly sensitive today. And this is kind of hard for me.
I apologize.
Sorry, I'm doing this on air.
No, it's all good. I mean, if we don't talk about it, we don't. I mean, like, we won't know that it's an issue. So, we'll move on from this story, and we'll just go into other things. I've got a much more lighthearted story after this. So I know that this is a picture of a man whom you can't tell, but his identity is being protected for a very important reason. This man is a time traveler from 2030.
Oh shit, I saw this.
Right, a man who claims to be
That's
a real
amazing.
time traveler reportedly passed a lie detector test while revealing weirdly specific things about the future.
Cool. I hope it's
Must be
true.
true.
Although I suspect it's not.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
I'll give you guys the right John Titor, right?
Awesome.
A time traveler who claims he's from 2030 passed a lie detector test while revealing a number of. Oh, yeah, I already read that part. An eerie YouTube video. The man known only as Noah, whose face and voice have been distorted by the video to hide his identity due to fears that he might be assassinated, made a number of wild claims. He predicted that Donald Trump will win a second term in the White House, which could become a reality in just over 2 years, with the U.S. presidential election scheduled for November 3rd, 2020. He predicted that another future leader, claiming to be the U.S. president in 2030, will be a random person named Ilana Remecki. Noah claimed that humans will reach Mars in 2028, the same year that time travel is discovered, and that Google Glass-style robots will take over the world. Those are
10 years.
10
We
years.
got 10 years, guys.
That's when we're going to get to Mars.
So, technically, Alana Malecki would already have to be born and a current resident in the United States as a born, person of the U.S.
Unless
That could
she's a
easily be
time
looked
traveler.
up.
What if she's a time traveler from much farther in the future? And she came back to become the president in 2030.
But she would have to be. She would have to prove it. She would have to prove this.
With lie detector tests, duh.
Duh. Come on, Wes, get it together.
Who would be a better president than somebody who sees how it all turns out after they're the president?
Because 2020 is the next election, yeah?
Yeah.
So it'd be 2024, 2028, 2032.
30.
This guy's a liar. Got him with simple math. Fuck him. Matt Groening did a better job. Eat a dick.
Nice.
So okay, hold on. The interview begins with him being asked, "Are you an actual time traveler from the year 2030?" He responds with a yes, and the word "true" appears on large green letters, meaning he believes he's telling the truth. Noah then claims that he has hard evidence to back up his predictions, but he isn't sure what he can reveal because it might cause a time paradox. Good fucking convenient.
Right?
I don't want to make a weird loop here. I want Supreme Ruler Trump to win his next set.
Exactly. He says his mission is to tell those alive now that what the world has in store, and he says that he's risked his life to travel back in time. Noah attracted the world's attention in November of last year when a video went viral of him claiming to have seen the year 2030, where he appeared visibly shaken in the bizarre clip, speaking with a distorted American accent, saying, "I want to be clear. My sole objective is to prove to you that time travel exists." Something that I brought up earlier today when we were talking about this story. Do you guys remember when Stephen Hawking had a time traveler party?
I don't remember him having a party, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he threw a party for time travelers, and then 8 days later sent out public invitation to any time traveler to go to his party 8 days ago. No one showed, or so he says.
Bum, bum, bum.
Janet caught my goal there. They came back and they're all like, "Yo, dude, you can't be telling everybody about time travel." And he's like, I got you. Or, "All right, I got you."
In other news, Noah's parents want him to stop filming YouTube in their basement.
Exactly. Noah claimed he was 50 years old, but had taken an age-reversing drug to make him 25 again.
Oh my! Kill this! God, I fucking hate this guy.
it's really sad we can't see his face or a video of him talking about
Right.
future.
I tried to
Yes.
find the video, but it's got a lot of them are from large corporations that will instantly flag this on YouTube. So,
Yeah, that makes sense.
he added his natural year where he belongs was in 2021, but he had been fired and he's now stuck in the present day.
What the?
So wait.
And Skynet.
So he
exists.
claims that he's from 2021, right?
No, that's where he's supposed to be stationed as a time traveler.
Oh, that fixes everything he said.
But he got
Damn.
fired, so he had to come back to this time to fix whatever magic thing he's trying to fix. Probably to keep him from getting fired.
Yeah, it turns out this is all just an elaborate ploy. He works for Google. He's just trying to fix some bullshit.
Krusty, welcome to the stream. All right, so moving on. We are getting pretty late in the stream, and we don't have a main story for today because we had a whole week of news to catch up with because of the fact that we got suspended on Tuesday. So here's another interaction news story. A man named Boylan went to a concert that he thought was by Grace Vonderkoon, only to discover the show was actually for tween pop sensation Grace Vanderwaal from America's Got Talent, right?
God damn it.
But this isn't the first person to make this kind of mix-up. Recently, in England, a Red Hot Chili Peppers fan, Duncan Robb, found bargain tickets online to see what he thought was his girlfriend's favorite band in Belfast, Ireland. It was supposed to be a Christmas gift to her. The tickets came in the mail, the flights were booked, and the couple's getaway was a go. Turns out the tickets were for the wrong band. What did the couple
What band?
go actually see? Or actually go see? Is it 1, Red Hoot Hilly Pooper, 2, red-nosed chili people. 3. Red hot chili pipers. 4. Green mild chili peppers.
Gotta be 3. That's the only one that you could be like, okay,
Right.
I get you messed that up, but you did just spend $1,400.
Right.
I really hope it's 1.
You really
I
hope it's
want
a
it to
red
be
hoot Haley
4.
pooper? Green mild chili peppers.
That's great.
I had fun messing up their name for this question, so. 5 butthole surfers. I love the butthole surfers. I'd go see them.
It's so good.
All right.
Scooby Snacks, man.
We've got a 3, a 3, a 2, a 5, a 3.
A 5.
Right. The actual answer? On Wednesday before the Saturday show, Rob's girlfriend double-checked the tickets to find out that he had bought ticket passes to see the foremost purveyors of foremost purveyors of California funk rock, but instead tickets to the Red Hot Chili Pipers, a musical act self-billed as the most famous bagpipe band on the planet.
That's awesome. That's even better.
Right?
Why would you even complain about that?
Yeah.
He's
Even though-
like, finally, you made my birthday worth it.
Even though it was likely no match for seeing Californication or Under the Bridge live, the couple attended the show and enjoyed themselves. Rob described it as an experience, seemingly impressed by the... What?
So fucking eloquent with his words.
So these fuckers made their name almost identical, but they don't actually cover Red
Nope.
Hot Chili Peppers songs?
Nope.
What the fuck is that?
They're a fucking-
Pisses me off,
They're
actually.
a bagpipe band, dude.
At least do one, right? I want to hear Californication with bagpipes.
Yeah,
Assholes.
I don't think that's what a
Sound like a
bagpipe sounds
bagpipe,
like.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I
Not a bagpipe.
couldn't get the quite
It's
the.
like a horn.
I was gonna say I can't get quite the sound of a
Cute
screaming
horn.
cat to come out of my mouth, right? He was impressed by the variety of songs that they could play on the pipes. Red Hot Chili Pipers won a BBC reality competition in 2007 and played 2 sold-out shows in Bermuda. Still, despite an eclectic repertoire of cover songs that span the White Stripes, Gangnam Style, and a load of classic rock staples, the band has yet to play a tribute to its namesake.
Fucking assholes.
Right?
Yeah. I'd go up there and be like, play Eye of the Tiger.
Stairway to Heaven.
Freebird.
Right.
Clearly you're a cover band, you fucking assholes.
All right, an update, our last piece of random news. The Phantom Pooper was finally pinned. After a
It
weeks
was
long...
that lady?
Yep.
What?
After a weeks-long investigation into who defecated 3 times into the Kirkstone Drive cul-de-sac is over, troopers have charged Molly E. Malone, 43, of Simsbury, with second-degree breach of the peace.
Goddamn Molly Malone.
Second-degree breach of the peace.
In other news, she would be a hero in India.
Right.
She's like, I just got back from 6 months in India. I was just
Right.
Yeah.
trying to acclimate.
I was
I'm a party leader
promoted
over
to the
there.
lead of the party. Yeah, exactly. Toilet paper was also found at the scene. 9 days have passed, and troopers again found feces in the roadway, so they set up a motion-activated camera to catch the culprit. Trooper spoke to Malone, who admitted to the incident. She was taken into custody during a routine traffic stop.
Where she was shitting out her sunroof.
Police found a hole in the back of her car. All right, some cool news. Cool stuff. Happy news for everybody. Karma, a suspected big cat poacher, has been eaten by lions in Kruger National Park in South Africa. The animals left little behind, but some body parts were found over the weekend next to a loaded hunting rifle. So they found this guy's body, this head of this guy with a loaded hunting rifle, in a in a protected national park where lions found and ate him while he was attempting to. They're the only things there, right? The lions and maybe some game for the lions. But he was poaching, and then he got poached.
Fuck yeah. Go Lions.
Did they like decapitate him?
They ate his body, nearly all of it, and Jill left his head and some remains.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't want the brain. That's
All right. Pasta nachos. Olive Garden is doing what it does
Pastas.
best: carbo loading.
Ugh,
What
that
the
looks
fuck?
disgusting.
Taking your right foot to the beatus.
Right?
so. There's no pasta, or is there?
So those chips are actually deep fried pieces of pasta.
Oh, boner.
This thing is covered in marinara sauce, random vegetables, and
And gibbers.
gibbers.
Yeah.
That actually doesn't sound. I'm not sure I trust Olive Garden's execution of said item, but
Right.
conceptually,
It's deep fried
Hey, they
lasagna noodles
officially
covered in
don't
meat
only
sauce.
microwave food now.
Yeah.
they officially don't
Yeah,
only microwave.
that's
Then I
actually a
don't-
thing. They microwave
don't
food
want
for
it.
like a decade.
Right.
Not
I
even
knew
joking.
that, but they actually stopped with some
They-
things. Oh, right, because they have to fry that.
Yeah, the new CEO took over about a year or two ago, and he was just like, "All right, we got to make real restaurants." Guys.
Right, exactly. So these are deep fried lasagna noodles covered in meat sauce and cheese, then topped with a layer of cherry peppers and a Alfredo drizzle. So that's what they're doing now. But yeah.
I'd try it.
Yep. But I was definitely going to try and make a joke, but Wes already did it about the beatus, so all good to go. It's covered. All right, Goat Caddy. So this is actually kind of local news. The retreat and links at Sylvie's Valley Ranch is revolutionizing golf with the help of goats. In the 1,400-acre ranch in Grant County, Oregon, they offer lodging, dining, and a unique golf experience. The golf course, which will soon have a 7-hole golf course that offers goats as caddies.
Okay.
So you're gonna
They're
get to go
also
golf,
mowing
and you
as
get
they're
golf,
going.
or you're gonna go get golf when you get to have a goat follow you around.
Go golf.
It's gonna
Go.
be great.
Golfing. You gotta go. Going. All right.
For the
He's
uninitiated,
so cute.
a caddy carries around golf clubs, balls, and other equipment for a player, all while providing them moral support and advice. At Sylvis Ranch, goats are being trained to do exactly that. So they, yeah, I'm just super excited that there's going to be goat caddies.
Yeah.
All right, and now it's time for something special. Everyone,
Okay.
you guys gotta don your official robes.
Okay, I'll be right back. Give me a second.
All right. Hope I can hear while this is on. All right, there we go. All right, Wes. We, the elite members of the Illuminati chapter number 5150, hereby induct you into the inner circle. You are henceforth invited, if your wife is cool with it, to be a permanent member of the secret operation, distracting the public from thinking the Illuminati is a real with an online talk show.
Oh shit.
Now the ceremonial chant. All right, fake news. Fake news.
Fake news.
Fake news.
Fake
news.
Sex, drugs.
drugs.
Sex, drugs.
Sex,
Sex, drugs.
Drugs.
Sister Shayna, do you confirm?
I confirm.
Brother Jason, do you confirm?
By the unsolved mysteries of David Duchovny, I confirm.
All right, that is 3 confirmation. Illuminati confirmed. Wes, woo!
Yay!
I should have saved my
Welcome, brother
1600-bit cheer for now.
Yeah.
I've been waiting all
Next time we
goddamn
should do
day
that
to
in
do that.
unison and practice or something.
Right.
That was
Extra.
fucking horrible.
Nah,
Extra.
it was fine. What the hell else did I bring up here? All right, so this
I
is
like
some...
Shayna's hoodie. It's
Yeah,
the best.
exactly. So real quick, this is...
Mine is handmade.
What? Apparently this doesn't support charts. If you look up a Google trend
Thank
on
you,
the word
Twisty.
Illuminati, it brings up the fact that right after
Wes is trending.
the 3 months after 2011, September of 2011, the Illuminati was at an all-time search, just all-time high search. The 3 months after September 11th. So that was what I was trying to show here. But apparently, PowerPoint doesn't like to fucking cooperate ever. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna finish up the show here with Florida Man. Well, all right. Well, actually, it's getting late. Do we want to finish up the show with Florida Man or Sell Me Something Stupid?
Sell me something stupid.
Sell me something stupid.
All right.
I got to get off here soon. I got a paper.
We'll
to
save
write, too.
we'll save Florida Man for those Florida Man for next time, right? All right. Oh shit. Twisty Top Hatter with 30 bits. Oh shit. Excellent. So here we go. Some stupid shit I've got for sale here. I fucking love this stuff, dude. I laughed so fucking hard putting this part together. So, Stop Skid Marks Gel 150 milliliter tube. This is only $7.99.
Jesus Christ.
It turns wiping into cleaning.
Oh my god.
Wow.
You'll never be embarrassed by your underwear again. Stop Skid Marks is the brand new essential to personal hygiene. Specially formulated gel that turns wiping into cleaning. Just add toilet paper. So this is literally stuff you squeeze onto your toilet paper and then wipe your butt.
Well, yeah. Because why just buy butt wipes? When
Right.
you
Just
can
get a
have
bidet, goddamn.
gel in your rectum.
In case anyone
Travel size.
has decided that they'd like to buy this, I've got a link for you. So here you go. We won't ask anybody who wants it, but well, you can just click on that. I totally didn't. Put
Just raise your
trackers on it.
hand at your desk or
Is it
wherever
Right.
you're sitting.
Yeah. Is it scented?
It's unscented and
For
hypoallergenic.
your pleasure.
Right.
It's ribbed.
So-
oh, damn.
So here's
Subtle butt.
Subtle butt. Disposable gas neutralizers with 5 saving
my
graces.
God.
It's a fart filter, dude.
It is a fart filter.
So wait a minute.
It's like a man pond.
Right.
Just strap this over your beehole and crank away.
It's their odor filter, antimicrobial, activated charcoal pads, filter odors from intestinal gas, neutralizes any odors that pass through it.
Because Gas X is just too convenient.
Yeah, you just slip one of these into your underwear, and everything should be fine.
Are you tired of taking pills? Would you much rather shove a charcoal filter up your asshole? Well, guess what? We've got a
You
product
can do
for you.
both.
Right? Look at that guy. If she only had subtle butt, everything would have been great. This is an infomercial on the doctors of them using subtle butt. They have sticky pads, by the
What?
way. They have sticky pads to
That's what I
stick
said.
these onto your underwear.
That's amazing.
Oh.
Subtle butt.
Right.
For when you have scuttlebutt.
Right, exactly. So, in case you didn't like the gel to put on toilet paper, here's Shittens.
Jeez.
Disposable
Kittens.
mitten.
That's the greatest name.
Yeah.
It's like kitten mittens, but shittens.
Right. No one wants to poop on their hands. Clean up any mess with shittens.
That's amazing.
We're going to take a look at some of the reviews down here.
Are you tired of mummering your hand in toilet paper?
Yeah, right.
Are you not thorough in your wiping process?
You know, it's just gonna show some lady just like smashing poop on accident or something, like commercial style,
Like using
or
it
like
like
an old man who just can't hold it and it's just like falling all over him.
Apparently, everybody has been using them as a gag gift. That's
Yeah.
lame.
why are you gagging?
Well, that's awesome.
It's
Right.
supposed to prevent that.
The best mitten-shaped wipe I've ever seen. The only better product says the similar was Schloves, a glove-shaped wipe.
Gloves.
Gotta get the Schloves. I fucking love Schloves.
Yeah, mitten makes more sense. Why would you have a glove? You might slip a digit.
Yeah,
Calm down
exactly.
there, fella.
Let me see. I
You
should
gotta
have
be real
the.
through. Why is each individual finger covered in poop? Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You don't need to know.
No problem, bro. There's the link to the chittens in case anybody needs that.
Next, you're gonna show me anal bleaching strips.
Well, the final one here is the Karma Putra.
Nice.
52
There's a
mind
theme
blowing.
for tonight's
Ew.
show.
Yeah.
Wait, gross.
It's very possible that fucking Twisty was onto something. I may have been like, oh, I'm just gonna find some poop stuff today.
You're sitting on the toilet while you're thinking up this entire show.
Right. So the only known translation of an ancient text manual instructing readers on the art of enlightened bathroom experience, the Karma Putra offers a thrilling rediscovery of the tiled path to porcelain nirvana. Willing seekers try to find 52 progressive positions designed to maximize how you do number 2.
Progressive.
Every time the bathroom door closes, a new experience awaits.
52 different. I mean, I see one that he's got going on there on the cover, and I can think of like one other. What?
Well, I mean, like, I guarantee you
Whatever
that
else is-
downward facing
Until
duty.
you
My
poop
mind
doing
can't- I
downward
don't-
dog,
Right.
you don't know what pooping is.
Well, there's like
You
the
just gotta
upside
put it
down.
backwards and use the back of the toilet as like a
an
While you're
armrest.
swinging.
for your
Yeah.
bowl of cereal. Gotta
That's
come-
where
go
that's
ahead
where
and
you
complete
rest
the
your phone to
process.
play a game. Well, you.
Are you guys
Yeah.
familiar with hot yoga?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Isn't that literally like heat the room?
Yep.
Right.
While
Like
you do
super
yoga?
hot. I bet
Like a
this guy,
sauna and
That sounds
sauna
terrible.
and yoga at the same time.
you know this guy hot poops.
Turn off the heating lamp. I
He just-
can't.
You guys may
I'm
have
about
noticed.
to do downward dog and shit in my toilet.
You guys may have noticed that there was no Be the Change this round, and that's because the site is currently 100% unusable for our needs right now, because
Oh,
it
no.
is being flooded with nonsense because of the recent tragedy in Florida. So,
Oh yeah.
like thousands of the same thing on all sides, right? So, like, I went back to page 48 and it was still talking about stuff. The same thing. So, yeah. It may be a little bit before Be the Change can be used again. And, I mean, I'm not making fun of the tragedy in Florida. I'm making fun of idiots attempting to use change.org to do anything about it. So,
Yeah.
you didn't what, Shayna?
I hadn't heard about this. I just Googled it. I didn't know about the Florida.
Yeah,
It
happened
happened
yesterday.
yesterday. Pretty terrible.
But
Yesterday was a horrible holiday I hid in black clothing.
right. So that is the show for today. We're about 20 minutes over. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us. It was a super fun episode. Shayna, Jason, Wes, you guys have a good episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
Excellent.
I had a little tantrum there, but
No, it's perfectly
No,
acceptable.
you're fine.
Jason is an abrasive person.
I am. I have been called an asshole before.
I know, and I know
Doubt it.
that.
Not
I've known
Right.
Jason for
You're too
like
sweet.
6 years now.
He's a
Yeah.
he's a sandpaper elemental, so it's good to go.
Slowly
very fair.
whittling at everything.
Oh,
he
snap.
touches.
Morris Minor, thank you very much for the follow. Thanks for sticking through the show. I'm glad that I'm actually. It's kind of cool to see somebody follow at the end after watching one of the shows to see if he likes what's going on, or I'm assuming
Yeah, that's
Morris
awesome.
is a guy, right? That's pretty cool. Rain, we keep these on VOD for quite a few days, or I mean, I guess it ends up being like a month and a half. You can always watch what's going on. I hope you're feeling better because you weren't feeling too good earlier this morning. But I covered a bunch of the stuff that you brought me on Tuesday. But always good to see you drop by. Let's see if any of our friends are online right after. I think I should have had the credits ready, right? Let's see if the credits work this time, right? Come on, do it. No, come on, do it. Damn it. Apparently it's not going to. Refresh browser when scene becomes active. Try that. Damn it. Okay, well, whatever. It's never
Let's
going to
go.
work.
Oh,
There it
nice.
goes. It's doing it. It's doing it.
Right, but there's no followers.
Oh.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah, mine's
man.
having issues too.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Like,
get
mine
rid of
just
that. I'll
doesn't
find
show stuff.
something. I'll find something better. I really wanted to show that
Yeah.
off, but it doesn't do right. So let's find
Yeah,
somebody who's
unfortunately.
streaming that we like and go give them some love. Find somebody who doesn't suck.
Well, while you're finding that, I take it most people here watch Game of Thrones? Yeah.
I
Yeah,
haven't
of
seen
course.
all of the last season.
I am 3
Okay,
seasons
this
behind.
is not a spoiler. This is not a spoiler in any shape or form.
Right.
But the guy that ends up playing the Mountain, when he fights Oberyn, that guy, the guy who you clearly see his face, he is actually an Icelandic strongman, and
Yeah.
there's a video going viral on Facebook right now of him deadlifting 1,003 pounds.
Holy shit.
Wow.
And it doesn't look like it's hard for him. It's like,
I mean,
That's
oh my
crazy.
you are a scary human being, sir. Way to go.
Oh, we got no on Civ, huh?
Yeah, no, on Civ isn't on. Chatta isn't on. Basically was just looking for friends of the family first, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't see nobody, so let's
Blood Assassin.
talk shows. What? Blood Assassin? Who's
I
that?
have no idea. It's somebody.
Wait.
Somebody I'd followed after we'd raided them. I have no idea who the hell.
Ah,
Oh, there's Bandamoo.
is Bandy on?
She's on.
Let's get her.
16 viewers.
She's fun.
She's fun.
All right.
She's gonna have to give us some love at some point.
Yeah.
Or I'll somehow hack into her stream and hang brain and get her.
I like
All right.
her.
We're raiding Bandy Moo.
Who's your grandma? You might be surprised. Pretty awesome.
All right, guys. Thank you guys very much for joining us for the show. We'll be back on Tuesday with a bunch of improvements, including a camera for mine that doesn't suck.
Hell yeah.
What are you trying to say?
My camera sucks.
Green tab, boys.
Mm-hmm.
Only just.
Woo! All right, I'm gonna.
She's taking a shot. Glorious.